Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the vlog. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tashonda. This is Considering Tashonda, my little piece of YouTube. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back if it's not your first time stopping by. Hopefully you'll like what you see. I do like to have fun on my vlog. Hopefully you'll like what you see, you'll like the energy, and you will subscribe. So y'all, today is Friday, April 17th. So it is officially prom day. I'm headed to it. Well, let's see. It's 7:44 a.m. currently, and right now I'm headed to Walgreens to pick up some banners that I made. I can't get into the country club to set up until 10, so I have plenty of time. My mom is gonna ride with me. She's gonna help me set up, as well as my best friend and cousin. It'll be the four of us. So I'm gonna go pick my mom up and we'll roll out. Anyway, y'all, so y'all gotta go back and watch the previous vlog probably to understand what I'm talking about, but I finally heard from the students as well as the guidance counselor, and she asked if I needed anything and whatnot, if everything was going well. So I gave her an update, and I said I did speak with someone at the country club, and they advised me that they couldn't get a hold of you all. So they went ahead, took the liberty to set the room up however they wanted to. Ooh, I don't have no earrings on. To set the room up however they wanted to. So she says, yeah. And she said, she told me the student's name. She said, he's here listening. She said he ended up getting in trouble at home and got his phone taken away from him. So that's why I know that's why they couldn't get a hold of anyone, because he was the contact. And that proves my point. This is why you don't leave business up to children. There has to be an adult overseeing them. And he done acted a fool at home and got his phone taken away. And so now he can't conduct the business. And he said to her, now why are you telling her my business? That's what he said to the guidance counselor. But anyway, y'all, I was definitely happy to finally hear from them. So let's see, what else is going on? Oh, spider update. Well, apartment update, period. So y'all know in the last vlog I said I've made a decision to go ahead and move, and I have. But it's going to cost me a lot of money. It's a lot of money to me. Might not be a lot of money to y'all, but it's going to be around $7,000 for me to break this lease. So to me, that's a lot of money that I could be using elsewhere. I'm still in the mind frame to move though, so nothing has changed with that. But I did send an email to the landlord, but this time it did not go unanswered, because they always go unanswered. This time it didn't go unanswered because I believe for two reasons. I'm gonna read to y'all some of the email. But in the email, I talked about my mental state, the fact that I'm unable to stay in the apartment, and the fact that I've been reporting this since July of last year when I first moved into the apartment. So I believe that's one reason they responded. Secondly, I found the corporate office and I included them on the email. So you ain't really have a choice but to respond this time. So I did get a response, and it was a detailed response. My email it was not a short email. It was very long and detailed. And the way she responded was in the same fashion, but she numbered hers to be sure she responded to each one of my issues. I talked about the two things that I just mentioned, my mental well-being and not being able to stay there. I talked about all the different types of bugs I'm seeing, the spiders, the beetles, the centipedes. I talked about everything. I talked about the gaps between the baseboard and the floor. They're all over the apartment, so the bugs are just crawling right in, and they're just going from the outside to the inside like this. So she did respond, and she told me to put in a work order and be very detailed on the work order, and she's gonna come for an inspection along with maintenance, and she said they will fill whatever gaps need to be filled. As far as pest control, remember I told y'all pest control came in, left a mouse trap, and didn't lock my door. She said they put the mouse trap down for because that's the way they can determine what type of bugs are crawling around the apartment, not necessarily for any rodents. She said they've not had any reports of rodents, so that's fine. I'm just the type, you can do whatever it is you need to do, but you have to communicate that with me. You have a mouse trap in my home, it makes me think there's been a report of rodents. The last thing I need to see is a mouse. Let me tell y'all. Now, before I moved in here, I lived in another apartment for 9 years. The reason I moved to that apartment, the one I was in for 9 years, is because I was at home one day. I had a really large walk-in closet in my bedroom, and I used to work second shift. So after work one night, I was like, I'm gonna empty the closet out and just clean it out, reorganize it. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and baby, I'm in there picking stuff up, reorganizing, folding, hanging. A mouse ran across my foot. The mouse ran across my foot, baby. And at the time, my mom was staying with me. I ran out of that closet backwards, so I'm running backwards all the way through the hallway, and I was screaming. Y'all, she never woke up. She never woke up. So I immediately moved after that. Immediately. There were like little caves around under the baseboard and carpet in the closet where the mice were just coming and going as they pleased. Baby, I got out of there. So needless to say, the last thing I need to see in this apartment is a rodent of any type. So that's that. Now, as far as pest control, because in the email I stated that I don't agree with the fact that they give pest control a key to our apartments and they can come and go as they please. Now, I did not like her response to this. She said, well, our vendors are bonded and we trust the vendors we work with. I really don't give a damn who you trust. I have to feel safe. And like I said to her, I feel unsafe in my home. They left my door unlocked. They left my door unlocked. Not yours. So it's not about whether you feel safe or not. But anyway, ooh, it's glass. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to run in Walgreens now, and I will probably pick y'all back up. I may pick y'all back up because oh yes, I need to tell y'all about my Ring camera. Don't let me forget, y'all. I'll be back.
This one is that it has a small little scratch. Where is that? Right here.
Yeah. What about the grommets? Can you put those in?
We could put the grommets
okay.
in. And then I think
this is messed up all over it.
Yeah, this one's really bad, and then the way they rolled it up was really terrible, honestly. And then like you need it for like an event or something.
Yeah.
And is it gonna be hanging up for the rest of however long?
It'll be hanging up just for the night.
For the night.
Yeah.
If you want, I mean, I could give you a hell of a discount if you would like it. If not, I completely understand.
Yeah,
Wait,
I have to have them. So
okay. Let's see how much. How much did you pay for it?
all right, y'all. I'm back in the car. That took a lot longer than I was expecting. I have not combed my hair in 3 days. I'm gonna go in here and comb it. Anyway, that took a lot longer than expected. So I had placed this order a few days ago, and I'm just picking it up. So they opened it up. Well, no, they didn't open it up. So I noticed when she hands me the package that the edges had been smushed, like somebody had laid something on top of them, so they were crumpled up. So I'm like, oh, look at this or whatever. So she says, I don't know who did that. So I said, well, can you reprint them? So she's like, yeah, it'll take about 20 minutes. Okay, cool. So I go ahead and pay for everything and sit in my car. I said, I'm going to be in my car. So I sit in my car. I'm listening to music or whatnot. She shows up at my door about 10 minutes later, and she says, well, we no longer have your order in the system, so we can't reprint them. So if you could just redo the order. I said, well, she said, but I know she said you have to be there at 9 o'clock. So I'm like, yeah, because I told them I had to be somewhere at 9. So she was like, it's going to take me a lot longer than that to print it. She said, so I can just give you a refund. So I said, okay, well, let me just come in and take a look at all of them to see if I can still use them. Y'all, they are so messed up. So she ended up, like the ink, there's white spots where it should be black. They're messed up. She ended up giving me a refund, and she allowed me to take them. So what I'm going to go ahead and use them and just color them in with some markers. And we're putting balloons around them, so hopefully it's not noticeable. But it is what it is at this point. If I have to, then I will reorder them at a Walgreens closer to the venue and hope that they can get them done in time. So yeah, that was $90. Yeah, that was $90. She gave me back $84 because I had gotten a poster as well, and the poster, I ain't even looked at the poster, to be honest. It looks like it's fine from the outside of the package, and hopefully it is. So there's that. So now I'm headed back to get my mom. Well, she said she's not leaving work until 9:30, so I don't know why the woman didn't take off at 9. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna go try to do something to my hair. Probably. Well, I need to do some homework real quick before the day is up. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go do a discussion post and get that done. And if I have time, I'm gonna do something to my hair. All right, y'all. So we just arrived and unloaded everything. Everything is sitting there. So you see, this is the front of the room, which makes more sense to me to set up the prom there, because it just looks better. First of all, it just looks like we're in the back of the room back here, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And I forgot my tripod stand, so I'm gonna look for somewhere to set y'all. You can actually, well, I guess it don't matter. I was gonna say you can just wait, because I'm gonna go get some pins, because they gotta get pinned together. But because they need to be way down here. Okay, y'all, so it's coming together, looking Real jazz clubby. I think I'm gonna get some candles though and put here, like, you know, one votive candle to get some light. I got my mama, my auntie, BFF, my cousin here helping out. It's coming together.
So I might have to pop out for that.
Huh? Yeah. I need a chair. I probably could push this one closer to this door. And then just put it right here. I'll push that back. And then we can just fill it in right here. What'd you say?
Little things that you gonna need over there.
You want scissors or the scalpel?
Scalpel.
All right, y'all, it's coming together. My head is a fool. I can't wait to get it braided. But anyway, it's coming together. Mama is making cutting out a foam, Lord, she's cutting out a piece for a stand for this piece there on the floor with a scalpel. We just put the piano together. Let me show y'all. So y'all see, it's really gonna be cute. It's really life size too. Child, it is 4:32. We just got done, and really not done. So remember in the last vlog I told y'all they were gonna allow a wedding party to come in and rehearse. Turn this air down. Wedding party was coming in to rehearse, and so we were just about done. I just need to put my lights and stuff down for the ambiance. And the wedding party came in, so they started moving my tables and everything. So we went ahead and left. I'm starving. I gotta get something to eat. So we're at Texas Roadhouse. Baby, ain't no keto today. I'm eating because I'm tired. My feet and stuff hurt. So I will bring y'all back once we leave Texas Roadhouse. I'm a video, get some footage of how it turned out, how it's looking. It looks okay. I'm gonna let y'all see that. So I will be back. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good.
Someone was trying to get with him. She was 40.
He's got a girl though, right?
Girlfriend. But I'm gonna ask if he's had strips. Is that rude?
All right, y'all. So it is done. Sunday, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Y'all, so today is Sunday. Like I said, happy Sunday. It is, what's today? Sunday, April the 19th. Y'all, woo-wee. I have not picked that camera up since probably Friday. So the prom was Friday. Got that done and over with. Everything went as planned. Everything went as planned. It turned out phenomenal. I'm definitely gonna add some footage. I did not do a film a lot because I was so busy. But whatever I do have, I'm definitely gonna share it with you all because y'all have been on this journey with me. Like I said, it was my first time doing a prom. I had never done anything like that. Typically I just do like birthday parties, baby showers, things like that. This is the first time I ever did a prom, but it turned out, it was awesome. Everybody was completely satisfied with it, and yeah, so it made me really happy. So my mom helped, she always does. My one of my best friends, she did the balloons. My cousin Lisa and my aunt Vicky. And we got it done, y'all. It took me all damn day though. When I say it took us all day, I don't know why. I think it was those cutouts that slowed us down. So when we first arrived, we had packed everything into my car, nice and neat. You know, I have a hulking bag, which is sitting over here. It's full of stuff that I need to take out. But I'll show that to y'all in a moment. So we used my hulking bag. I have a large hulking bag. I used one of my really big suitcases. So usually what I use is the hulking bag, and I always have a bunch of totes and stuff. Baby, the hulking bag and the suitcase, that's my new thing. I think I'm going to order me another large hulking. So I have those two hulking bags and the large suitcase. Everything fit in those. Everything fit in those two this time. So if I have an extra hulking bag, I think that's going to be perfect for my next thing. What else? Everything turned out beautifully. I'm so happy. The guidance counselor, she was like, she gave me a hug. She was like, everything looks so good. She hugged everybody. And she said, she was like, do you do homecomings? I'm like, I sure do. We'll get it done. So she was like, we're definitely gonna be in touch. So that's always a good thing when your customer is satisfied enough to say, we want to use you again. So yeah. Anyway, y'all, it took us forever to do that setup. I just don't understand why. So we arrived at 10 a.m. and what time did we leave? I left at 4 so that we could go get something to eat. We went to Texas Roadhouse. We were pretty much done at that point, but there was some final touches we had to do. But the bridal party, remember I told you on the last vlog, they were having a wedding the next day at the country club. So they were allowing the bridal party, the wedding party, to come in and do their rehearsal during my setup time. So it was what it was. We were starving anyway because we had been there since 10. So we left at 4, went to Texas Roadhouse, which I probably showed y'all. We got back there after 6. Finished doing what we had to do. I took some pictures and video. I did what I could. And we got up out of there at about probably right at 7:30. We came back at 11, broke everything down, and I was back home it was before 12:30 probably. So it was a very long day, but it was well worth it. Well worth it. I would definitely do that again. I now know how to be more prepared for that type of event. I definitely learned a lot of things. I know what I would do differently. So I love moving forward, y'all. I love growing and doing new things, doing things that I never thought I would do. I never thought I would decorate a prom. I just never did. But yeah, you just never know what God has in store for you. You always have to be open. At least that's how I live my life. I always try to be open to what God has in store for me. And even when I think I can't do something, or if I don't never really think I'm not good enough. So I'm not even going to sit here and lie and say that, because that's not me. But even when I think that I may not be able to do something, or I'm not equipped to do something, that's probably a better way to say that. When I think I'm not equipped to do something, that's really okay, because in our weaknesses when God really shows his strength. So hopefully that was a little lesson for somebody. When you are weak, he is definitely made strong. So moving on. Like I said, it's Sunday, so I'm about to cook my Sunday dinner. And I do need to update y'all on the whole spider and moving out situation. But anyway, I just went and picked up my Kroger, Lord. I just went and picked up my Kroger pickup order. So I got some green beans. I didn't get a lot. Just what I needed for my dinner today. I'm making a meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans, and cornbread. So I needed the green beans, green bell pepper, ground turkey, because y'all know I don't typically do red meat. So I got my ground turkey. Y'all seem awfully close to me today. Let me back y'all up a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. I got some light brown sugar for my meatloaf sauce. Herbs de Provence. If you're not using that in your meatloaf, you should be. I got some Jiffy cornbread. I had stopped eating Jiffy for a while because, again, I don't eat pork. And y'all know pork is in Jiffy. So, if you didn't know, now you know. I got an onion, some garlic and onion powder. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and I got some ginger ale zeros. They're still in my car. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and put these green beans on, clean these green beans, and get them started. And I'll be back to give y'all an update on the whole spider pest situation. All right, y'all, my dinner is done. I got some green beans with smoked turkey wing to be exact. Got a turkey meatloaf and some cornbread, and baby, it spilled all in the oven, but good thing I had Reynolds wrapped down, so I was able to just throw that out. And I did bake a cake. I still have to frost that. And I also have some mashed potatoes that I did not cook. I warmed up. Those are Bob Evans. So yeah, dinner is done and about to be served.